Hello, my name is Philippe, I'm French, and I'd like to share with you a blue story of mine, going way back into my childhood. At the age of 1, I had a polio. As a result of this, my left leg is smaller, thinner, and weaker. When I was a child, that was not much of a problem. I was doing like other children were doing. I was playing, I was going to school, everything was okay. I just had something different, but just different. Somebody else had red hair, another one a big nose, other one could have big ears. What's the point? It's just something different. So I was okay until the teenage. The teenage started to feel like there was something maybe wrong with my body. Because people were watching at me, they were looking at me in a strange way. My difference was not so much pleasing them. And when it came to school, for example, I was going to the course in physical education because I thought, and my parents as well, that it was normal for me to do some running, some swimming, some playing around. And when it came to collective sports, it started to be really difficult for me. Indeed, it seemed like nobody wanted to have me in their team. Anytime we play soccer, football, handball, rugby, either I was left aside, or if there was an uneven number, they would give me the whistle to be the referee, or if there was an even number, then I would be the last one to be picked up because nobody wanted to play with me because I wasn't running fast enough. And I started to feel miserable about that. I felt there was something wrong with me. It came to my mind there might be something maybe wrong with them. Until one day, when I was at the age of 12, I was in the same classroom as another boy. His name is Philippe as well. And we became friends. Philippe is not so much of a tough guy with big muscles and everything. No, he's kind of thin, but he knows what he wants and he makes his way up to where he wants to go. And it happens that he was always the kind of guy when we had to sort out the people and the boys between the different teams for playing soccer or playing handball or whatever, then there would be two boys choosing their teams. And Philippe was always one of the one. And the first person they would pick up, at the opposite of before, when I was always the last one. With Philippe, the first person was always me. Why? Because I was his friend. And he wanted to play with his friend. He wanted to have a good time with his friends. That's what friends are for. So, he always picked me up first and I was in the team. Then when we came to play, if he was passing me the ball properly, playing football for example, and I would miss the ball, then he would be angry with me and say, I passed the ball correctly to you, you should have done it right. On the other hand, when he was not passing correctly, then he was apologizing and say, well, I did wrong. And he was admitting that it was on his side that things were not working okay at that moment. But if it was on my side, well, he was pointing on me. Should have done better. So I started to realize that I was okay. I was part of the team. I could make it. I could make my way up to being with others. That I could live in the society being just another person, playing my role. And I could have lots of stories about this. This is a real blue example of somebody really acting blue. But he was not even thinking about it. That's what I like about that. It was just genuine. He wanted to be with his friend, and the difference was not a problem. I could tell about another blue story with Philippe that was also very challenging. I remember when I was going up the stairs, there was always one boy, and I remember one of them, Bernard, a real nice guy. What he wanted to do was just to help. Was always taking my bag and letting me go up the stairs, 2 or 3 stories, carrying my bag. So when we came to the 3rd floor, for example, he would give my bag back and I would say thank you, and everything was nice. Until one day I was at the foot of the stairs with Philippe, and we were going up to the 3rd floor, and Philippe, instead of picking up my bag, was asking me, "Hey, Philippe, could you give me a help? Why don't you take my bag because I got a problem with my shoelace and I need to fix it. And it took him 3 floors, 3 stories to fix his shoelace. And when we arrived at the 3rd floor, he took his bag back and he said thank you and just went on. And not only I was carrying my own bag, but I was carrying his own bag for 3 floors, 3 stories. And I realized that it was not just that I was okay, it was also that I could, that I was able to have, I had the capacity to do things. And that's what Philippe told me, that as a person I'm okay and I'm able to do things and I'm able to achieve things. He's a real friend, he's a blue friend. And as a matter of fact today, we're still friends obviously. And he's even my surgeon because he became a doctor. And he's the one watching after me today. That's my blue friend.